Good evening, DC. Dave, the pickup artist, with you this evening. Hope everybody had a good week. Enjoyed watching a lot of your videos this week. I always like to do that, especially on Fridays when I usually do mine. Had a pretty good week. I hit up a thrift store, a Goodwill, and I actually found some interesting stuff. And I got a psychedelic snack from Amazon in the mail today, which is very cool. Yeah, well, let's get started at the Goodwill, and I didn't anticipate finding anything. I'm beginning to think the best time to go to the thrift stores like Goodwill and Salvation Army, maybe Monday. Because the Goodwills around here, they have these laundry carts of the new stuff that comes in. And I seem to see more of those on Mondays. I don't know if there's anything to it, but yeah, I was at the, I don't even remember. We've got so many Goodwills in Jacksonville, I don't even remember what location this was, but picked up some pretty good stuff. Let's get started. First one is Watt Stack. This is a soundtrack to the movie called Watt Stack, which was a basically a benefit concert, or it was commemorating the Watts riots in '65. And it was a charity concert. Let me show you the inside. I didn't show you that enough. A lot of great acts on here. Soul, blues, funk, you name it. Gospel. The staple singers are on here. We've got Eddie Floyd and Albert King. Albert King does a great blues set. Barkays. And it's got the original insert, and this plays great. There's not a skip on it. This is from the, this was 3 for $1. And the original insert had this little, kind of little narration on what the event was all about. It was a, they were going to raise money for charity, but they only charged $1 to get into the show. So 100,000 people turned out. It was a Los Angeles Coliseum in '72, and 100,000 people came out for it. And so yeah, the most they could make is $100,000, which I guess was a lot of money back then. Of course, they had concessions too. The opening act was Isaac Hayes, who back then was known as the Black Moses. He even had a album out called Black Moses. And I wanted to find out, show you the, I wanted to find out if he actually brought the 10 Commandments to this venue with him. But I haven't seen the movie yet. I'd like to. This is a great album. Yeah, it was nice fun. I had heard about this a couple of years ago. Kind of like a Black Woodstock, but very cool. The cover's beat up. It looks like somebody was cutting something on it. And I got an autograph from somebody too. I think they played the skin flute, if I'm not mistaken. Whoever signed that. And yeah, that's my first thrift store pickup. Second is a great album, but beat up. Uriah Heep. Look at Yourself. Get it? The mirror here, and the title is Look at Yourself. Yeah, this is a great album. It may be one of their best ones. This has still had David Byron, who was a great lead singer, the first 6 Uriah Heep albums. And frankly, after David Byron was booted from the band, I I didn't really like any of their albums after that. Of course, I never heard all of them, though. I heard a few, though. Yeah, this is great. July Morning is on it, too, which is a great Uriah Heep track. A little bit beat up, but yeah, that's cool. Tommy James and the Shondells. We've got their best of. We've got, well, they're looking a little bit off kilter here. And on the back, you got a photo of Tommy James in his strange hat. I wish he would have rethought that hat. But this is pretty cool because of the packaging. You got this inner cover here, where we got a little bit of information on the album. And we've got brief bios of the Shondells. And it's also on this very cool roulette label. I played this. It sounds like it's never been played, actually. Every one of these albums that I'm showing that I've played, and they all sound great, not a scratch or anything. Next we've got the Dave Clark 5 from England. This is on the Epic label. And this sounds great too. I put this on, and it just sounds like, I mean, it sounds amazing. A little bit of information. American Tour. But I don't know why it's called American Tour, because it doesn't sound like it's live. I didn't do a lot of investigating on this. I don't even think I read this back cover. So, but yeah, it's great to have. Great pickup, especially at the thrift store. Okay, next one is, I think that's pronounced Jean-Luc Ponty. He's got a fusion jazz rock album out. This is around this is about 2 years after it came out in, yeah, 76. This is, I think, 2 years after he was briefly in the Mothers of Invention, and he put together a band and put together a pretty good album. Imaginary Voyage. It kind of sounds a lot like Mahavishnu Orchestra. He's got a electric guitar player on here I've never heard before. Daryl Sturmer. I've never heard of him. Great guitar player, though. This is a great jazz rock fusion prog-ish album. Glad to pick it up. And yeah, Jean-Luc Ponty's a great electric violinist. So yeah, I always pick up Jean-Luc if I can find him. And the last of my thrift store pickups was Sly. Yeah, I couldn't let this go, even though it is terrible condition. Horrific condition. But the vinyl's perfect. Not a scratch on it. I love the inner cover on here. This is very cool. Sly and the Family Stone. And that was my thrift store pickups. And finally, I got, I've been looking for the Funkadelic, the first 3 Funkadelic albums forever, but they're impossible to find the originals. If you do find them, they're like, even a messed up copy will run you a lot of money. So I started getting the reissues, and we've got Free Your Mind and Your Ass Will Follow. Did you get that? Free your mind and your ass will follow. Yeah. I love this album. It's my favorite Funkadelic album of all of them. I really like the first 3. albums. They're really good. We've got a cool insert on here. That photo of the band's very cool. And we got another picture of the model with some information on the album. It was recorded in Detroit, it looks like. And it's on the, this label is For Men with Beards. I did some investigating on them, and it's, a lot of people don't like that label for some reason. But this album, it sounds good. There's no surface noise on it or anything. It's a 180 gram. Yeah, 180 gram vinyl. But yeah, this is great. Their second album came out in 1970. And yeah, I picked this one up. I like the first album and the third one, Maggot Brain, but this is probably my favorite. I haven't heard any of them after that, but really enjoy this. Yeah, I freed my mind, and my ass did follow, but it took 2 trips. So, yeah. Glad to add this to the collection, and I'll be picking up the other 2 because they're so hard to find originals of these great albums. And you can still find them, but you're going to be paying, you know, a lot of money. But yeah, that was my week, and my, you know, I picked up some other stuff, you know, mostly on, you know, stuff everyone's seen, you know, Deep Purple stuff and everything. But yeah, those were some of the thrift store picks. So sometimes, you know, you can find stuff at Goodwills, and but you have to be consistent, and try going in there on Mondays. This Monday, I think I'm going to go on another little dig, and probably hit a few record stores also in my travels. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. I'm Dave, the Pickup Artist.